Hi and welcome to my kitchen. Wait, there you can see some drawings my sister has made. There's our oven and a microwave and our oven, and this is me. I hang out in the kitchen quite a bit because I like cooking. Today, I'm gonna make some beans. Because beans, they're good for you. They've got fiber. They're good for you. That's all that matters. And okay, let's get started. I've soaked some beans. You can see them. These are borlotti beans. And they're be real beanie. They look like beans. So I've soaked these. I recommend doing it overnight. I've soaked these from 12 o'clock today, and it's 5 o'clock right now. No, 6 o'clock. So it's been not too long, but it's 5 or 6 hours is good, but I recommend overnight. So I strained them, and now I'm pouring them into my big pot here. What are we gonna do with these beans, you might be asking? Well, we're gonna boil them, because that's what you do with beans. So I'm gonna go grab some water right over here. Wait, I'll take you guys with me. So this is my sink. I'm filling them up with water. Ow, my hand's cramping. Ow, 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 that's heavy. Ah. And there we go, smooth, nice. I've got my phone here. So yeah, perfect. And then what I'm doing is I'm gonna quickly wipe off some of this extra water, pretending that it never happened. I should be wearing my watch. This is very unprofessional. I need to keep an eye on the time, and that's the next thing. We're gonna be boiling these for how long? Haha, you know the watch. I have no idea. Your beans are gonna be different. That's not because I'm unprofessional. No, it's because your beans are gonna be different from my beans. Some beans take longer to cook than other beans. That's normal. So now you might be asking, hey, these are just beans. Don't we want them to taste like something? Yeah, we do. By the way, shout out. My brother made this apron in like textiles. No, I've got the beans right here. They're about to start boiling, as they say. And yeah, they're real nice. What are we gonna do with them, you might be asking? Well, I've got here some assorted spices. I've got some black peppercorns. I've got some bay leaves. I've got some thyme, dried dill, and some dried oregano. And then I'm gonna take this clove of garlic and cut it in half along this direction so that we open up the garlic and get all that flavor into the beans over here. So hold on, I'm just gonna add the spices right now. I take the spices and then I just dump them in there like that. Then the garlic, as I showed you, just take that bitch, cut it in half. There you go. This is what it's supposed to look like. And then you just throw that in there. That's it. Now you might be thinking, hey, do we need to add salt? Yes, you fucking do. Salt is, I've got some coarse salt here. It's real big. Wait. It looks like this. It's in these like small crystals almost. Wait, hold on. Let's see. No. Oh god, I got some on my computer. That's fine. There we go. It's in big crystals. What, Patrick? Mä oon filmaamassa. Ei saa häntää. Oota hetki. Okay. So yeah, as I was talking before, I got slightly interrupted. So how much should I add? You add quite a bit. I add like, that's one small handful right there. And I'm going for two small handfuls. We're not only making beans here, we're killing two birds with one stone, or feeding two birds with one scone, as Peter would say. But yeah, what we're doing is we're making delicious beans, and we're also making delicious bean juice at the same time. Now, what is bean juice, you might be asking yourself? I don't fucking know, but it's delicious. But no, it's basically the liquid from boiling the beans in. Some people think that it causes you to fart. I don't think so. So yeah, in my experience, it doesn't cause any farting or anything like that. But yeah, so I've added the salt in now, and you might be thinking, is there anything else we need to add? Yes, there is. And this one will come as a slight, I don't know, surprise maybe, I'm not sure. I've got some olive oil right here, and we need to basically get a half centimeter of olive oil on the top, maybe even a centimeter. That's just gonna sit there. What is it gonna do? I don't know, make it a bit more unhealthy? Yes, I guess olive oil is pretty good for you though. However, what it does is it infuses the bean juice with olive oil flavor, which is really nice. So basically, I'm gonna pull a Gordon Ramsay and say, just add a bit of olive oil, and then I'm just going in. More. There we go. I added the rest of the bottle, and we had around that much in the bottle. So yeah, that much olive oil. It seemed like a lot. You'll see what it looks like. This is starting to come to a boil. Wait, I'll show you. Wait, hold on. I'll turn this light on. No, or yeah, okay. It looks a bit strange right now. I can admit that. But look, what we're getting is the beans are starting to produce bean foam. This stuff. You want to get rid of that. You want to skim it off like this, like with a spoon, or maybe a bit smaller than this. Just pick it up like that. It looks very nasty right now. But trust me, these beans will be the best beans you've ever had. Hopefully. I don't know. Maybe. If you're bourgeois enough, you can use fresh herbs instead of dried. I'm not rich, so I'm not going to do that. And fresh herbs are a pain in the ass. Not really. Use fresh herbs if you have. I've made this using fresh parsley. That's very, very good. But today I'm just doing it like it is, like this. As you can see, it's come to a boil. I've reduced my heat. I'm gonna take it all the way down to like 3. I want this to stop boiling, because if it's boiling, the beans are gonna if it's boiling too hard, the beans are gonna turn into mush, and we don't want that. So you can see there's quite a bit of olive oil on the surface here. If you've got, you can use like bacon fat. If you've got some, you can use lard. You can use butter, I think. I don't see why you couldn't. Wait a second. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to use butter. It's real good. And you can use chicken fat if you want, but we're keeping it vegan in here. And that takes me to the next part. What are we gonna eat our beans with? Well, as I said, we're making delicious beans with delicious bean juice. And that means it's a bit plain, you know. Now, to go with it, I'm gonna make some aioli. So I've got some vegan mayo. But it's vegan mayo, and I've got some garlic cloves. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically grab, I don't know, 2 garlic cloves, maybe 1. These are quite small, so I'll do two semi-small ones. And I'm gonna chop them and peel them. I'll remove the skins, because no one likes skin. I mean, or I don't know, some people might. But yeah, I'm gonna take the garlic cloves. I've cut them both up, and I'm gonna grab a nice grater. Here we go. I've got a bowl. Any sort of bowl will work. And I'm gonna just grate the garlic in. There we go. Or it's basically impossible for me to grate without getting some finger in there as well now. So that means there's some on the inside of the grater. So I'll just whack like that. You don't want to have too much. Too much isn't, like, life is about moderation. Like don't go too far, you know. Unless it's political extremism, that's fine. So yeah, I've got my mayonnaise here, vegan mayonnaise, as I said. Boop, and boop. I think I'm gonna add that much for now, and then stir it up. I might add a tiny bit of. So yeah, I've got my aioli stirred up. I'm gonna give it a little taste. It's pretty garlicky, it's pretty nice, and that's gonna be perfect with our beans. And yeah, that's about it, honestly. I'm gonna put my mayonnaise back in the fridge. And our beans are gonna be done when you bite into one, or you should basically every now and then take one out and just taste it. See, is it crunchy? Beans are not supposed to be crunchy. Don't let your beans be crunchy. However, should they be mushy? No. You should taste them like every 10 minutes or so, or like, okay, now at the start they're very crunchy. But if you start feeling that they're a bit mushy or getting a bit softer, taste them like every 5 minutes, and then like you're gonna find a stage where it's gonna be perfect. And before I like sign off, I'm gonna do a little taste. I'm tasting just the bean juice. It's completely safe. No worry. What does it taste like? I can already tell that this is going to need a bit more salt. And this is going to probably need to be topped up with water eventually. And I'm thinking I'll add a bit of salt in there. And I'll add a bit more water. Because the water is going to... I'm adding just a bit of hot water from my kettle. So that we do want to have quite a bit of bean juice, because bean juice is delicious and you'll get to taste it eventually if you make this recipe yourself. Trust me, very good. Strongly recommend it. So yeah, I'll come back when the beans are done. I'll see you in a moment. I'm back, this time with a t-shirt on instead of a thing. I don't know. I thought I'm too lazy to wait for my beans to finish because they're gonna take like an hour. But I have the time, however, I want to finish this video before the light outside gets dark. So I got some beans from the freezer because I boiled some beans a couple of weeks ago and I froze them. And that's another quarantine tip, you know, life hack. Beans are great to freeze, and you can freeze the bean juice as well. You can use the bean juice basically as you would use like a vegetable broth or like a chicken stock or anything like that in any recipe. So like you can add it to like use it as a base for soups and so yeah. So I've got some extra beans from from a couple of weeks ago. I've got my aioli right here, and I'm just gonna put a spoonful of it right on top of the beans, and then I'm gonna do the unthinkable. It's not unthinkable at all though. It's very sensible. I'm just gonna grab my spoon from over here. I'm just gonna grab a couple of spoonfuls. I'm gonna take a ladle right here, and I'm gonna grab some of this bean juice and then pour it right over. And there we go. I'm gonna take it. There you have it, everyone. Wait, there. I've got a dollop of aioli on the top. and nothing too fancy. Or yeah, beans in bean liquid. To be honest, it doesn't sound like the most appealing thing. However, oh shit, I've forgotten the most important thing. Okay, my bad. Wait, I'll eat that very soon. When your beans are done, when you taste them, and you're like, oh, this is perfectly cooked. It should be soft on the inside and tender. That's when you grab vinegar. You add some into your bean juice when your beans are done. I think like a tablespoon will do, maybe. You can do less, do more. But taste it after like maybe every teaspoon you add, and then you'll eventually get to a point where it has like a slightly like a brightness to it. I'm gonna add some into here because I didn't do that. And then I'm gonna just taste this right now. It's delicious. You get delicious beans. No, it's just beans. You can eat them like this, or then you can drain them off, save the bean juice. I swear to God, if you throw out the bean juice, I'm gonna come into your house. Store them in a Tupperware in the fridge for like a week. Or then freeze them, and then you freeze them in like individual smaller Tupperwares. You can weigh 300 grams into each Tupperware, and then each 300 gram Tupperware is like 1 can of beans. But then and that's gonna be really, really good. Then you can just substitute your own beans that taste better with like a can of beans, and it's way cheaper. I bought a kilo of beans. They're pretty good.